Welcome to Business Review, a daily program that delves into the latest and most significant economic stories. From stock markets to currency news, Business Review covers the most up-to-date developments in the global financial world.
One of Cardiff's busiest streets had been turned into an outdoor dining area to meet people's dining needs while allowing for social distancing among customers. There are 240 seats on Castle Street where people can order food from nearby pubs, cafes and restaurants to be delivered to their table. Phil Lewis is the owner of a pizzeria Dusty Knuckle and also a participant of the scheme. He welcomed the new dining normal, which on one hand helps him resume his business and on the other reduce the virus from spreading. He acknowledges that without the outdoor seating in the app, his restaurant would have had to close. Lewis said since lockdown was eased, the Cardiff Council opened an outdoor seating area on Castle Street, the main street going through the city centre, and it works in the sense that there is an app. The customers sit on the tables out in the street, scan the QR code, put the order through the restaurant, and they run the food out to them. The newly set up public area has offered support to businesses which have limited outdoor seating. However, it also has its shortcomings, especially on rainy days. One of the criticisms of this scheme is that when it's raining, the area is unused, but the main road remains closed, causing congestion elsewhere. Cara Wilde, the Cardiff Council Cabinet Member for Transport and Strategic Planning, said that there are issues which need to be worked out, but this street, which is the most polluted in Wales, could serve as a blueprint for how cities could be redeveloped to be both greener and easier to live, especially in the post-pandemic era.
More than a dozen demonstrators were arrested in Melbourne after hundreds of people ignored social restrictions to protest the city's Stage 4 lockdown. Victoria Police arrested 15 people and issued over 150 fines to protesters who initially gathered at the Shrine of Remembrance before marching to and around Albert Park. Victorian police said it was disappointing that around 200 people put the lives of all Victorians at risk. The state reported 76 new virus infections and 11 deaths on Saturday as the situation in Australia's hotspot for the disease continued to gradually improve after nearly 5 weeks of a hard lockdown in the state's capital, Melbourne. State Premier Daniel Andrews is due to outline plans for easing Melbourne's Stage 4 restrictions, which shut large parts of the economy, required everyone to stay at home except for essential business, and imposed a nighttime curfew.
Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha said his country is looking forward to stepping up bilateral trade and service cooperation with China. In a video message at the Global Trade and Services Summit of the 2020 China International Fair for Trade and Services held in Beijing, Prayut expressed admiration for China's commitment to strengthening international trade and economic cooperation, promoting world economic recovery and ensuring stability of the global demand and supply chains. Prayut said the Global Trade and Services Summit of the 2020 China International Fair for Trade and Services represents technological advances and features an important trend in economic exchanges and international trade. The Thai Prime Minister said that trade services can create more values, whereas many countries have identified trade services as an integral part of their national development strategy and have improved laws and regulations accordingly in order to benefit from the growing and interconnected global trade and services. The Prime Minister added that this will become an important platform for government representatives and business investors from various countries to discuss cooperation and seek common development in order to jointly cope with the new challenges faced by the world economy. Thailand is also actively participating in it. The Prime Minister also said that Thailand is implementing the Thailand 4.0 policy, which will fully leverage innovation, high technology, and new ideas to shift the development priority from manufacturing to the service sector and upgrade the economic structure. The Prime Minister said Thailand is ready to strengthen cooperation with China and other countries around the world to vigorously promote the construction of Thailand 4.0 and jointly tackle various challenges in the post-epidemic era.
As quarantine measures ease, Chileans returned to the streets of Santiago's iconic Plaza Italia to vent anger over inequality and the government of Chilean President Sebastián Piñera. With the country still in the grips of the pandemic, protest numbers were only in the hundreds, but a strong police presence was on duty. Water cannon and riot police were deployed to stop the protesters from gathering in a large group. The protest was a sharp cry from the tens of thousands that would turn out regularly before the pandemic hit. Chileans are expected to vote in a new referendum in October. A new constitution was a central demand that emerged from months of protests over inequality in late 2019. The mass demonstrations saw thousands killed, injured, and arrested, as well as billions of dollars worth of damage and losses to businesses.
A special advisor to U.S. President Donald Trump, Richard Granell, said that U.S. officials have been in close touch with officials from the European Union about an agreement by Serbia and Kosovo to normalize economic ties. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien, who participated in the meetings, said the agreement on expanding economic ties could pave the way for political solutions in the future. Granell told reporters at the White House that U.S. officials had briefed national security advisors in Germany and France about this strategy and would brief them again on details of the agreement. He said the agreement would open up opportunities for European and U.S. companies in various sectors, including energy, water, construction of roads, railways, and mines. The announcement came after 2 days of high-level talks among the leaders and senior Trump aides. A top EU official said EU-led negotiations, which broke down in 2018 but resumed in July, could lead to a deal within months.
The Argentine President Alberto Fernandez called for deeper cooperation with China in the post-pandemic world in a video conference speech at the Global Trade in Services Summit at this year's China International Fair for Trade in Services, the CIFTIS. The Chinese President Xi Jinping delivered a speech at the summit. In addition to Argentina's president, other heads of state, including Thailand's Prime Minister and the South Korean Deputy Prime Minister, addressed the summit via video. President Fernandez said that knowledge services have become a bridge linking all industries. Emphasizing the world's post-coronavirus recovery, Fernandez hopes to enhance information systems integration with China in order to boost the two countries' ties. President Fernandez also underscored the vital role the government can play in promoting high-tech companies.
This has been Business Review, your daily source for the most critical financial stories. Tune in next time for the latest financial news impacting the world economy.